with a Neil Robertson special? Of course we can.
Yeah, so once again, Mark Selby guilty, and you probably saw him when he sat in his chair shaking his head, because once again he didn't find that baulk cushion, just got past the baulk line. You cannot keep leaving these opportunities for Neil Robertson. And that was an excellent shot. So close to cushion to force it round of 2 cushions.
8.
I know he seems to go through phases, Neil, where he knocks all the long ones in, and then all of a sudden he goes through a spell where he doesn't. But you can't keep leaving him the opportunities, and that's what Mark Selby, for me, has done too many times in this match.
That last black he potted off the spot at that pace to get on the red at the back of the bunch there. That was superb.
60.
It wasn't as easy as it looked.
17.
A lot of players would have dropped this one in here for the reds, but he punched it in and got right round onto that one at the back of the bunch. That was a superb shot, really was. Now, they're not a good pack to go into. He's got a couple of loose reds. Yeah, don't blame him for that. He may play up for the blue because he's one of the best in the game at potting
24.
the blue and going into the pink and reds. As good as any player I've ever seen with this particular type of shot. That's if he plays for it. And he has.
25.
And this is becoming a Neil Robertson special.
Same rules still apply, though. When you play this, you've got to catch the pink full ball. That holds the cue ball in the middle of the table. Well, he's decided not to play the cannon. He's playing for the one loose red. So he'll go up for the blue.
30.
And as we've said, it's not a good pack to go in off the black, so I don't know why he didn't play the cannon there. He looked absolutely ideal. He's going to nudge reds open with this red. Never guaranteed
31.
to be on a colour when you play it like that. I thought we'd have seen a bit more of a positive approach to this break than we've done so far.
He normally does go straight into the pink, but that time he decided, well, I'll just play for the loose one. And it just means now that it's going to need a couple of good shots to get back into ideal position. But when you pot the way this Australian does, the game
36.
sometimes can be easy, even when you're not in the ideal position. But even for someone like Neil, you've got to try and keep it as easy as possible for yourself. And this is a big frame, a frame that will take him level and give him the session 5-3. That's what he would have had in mind before play started here.
Now
He's got the pink and he's got the black, which is going to be the easier to open the reds. You would think the black. A little bit of top spin, right hand side. And he's been lucky.
Neil Robertson, 37.
He's been very lucky. He's missed the pot, but fortunately for him, he hasn't split the reds, but we said that was going to be a difficult pack to split off the black.
Yes, he should have gone into him a few shots earlier off the blue. Don't know why he didn't. Maybe he realises the importance of the frame and didn't want to take any undue risk, but sometimes you can be a little bit too careful. and missed the boat, and I felt he did there with that opportunity. It'll be interesting to see if he gets another one just as good.
I don't think this is awkward cueing, you know. I think he can get the cue through that little gap, yeah, so he can control this cue ball. Without the gap there, he wouldn't have been able to have kept the cue ball tight on the cushion. Bit of a stalemate with the two reds up the other end of the table, but there's no chance of a re-rack here with Neil Robertson leading by 37 points. Now I wonder, is he left a tempter, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mark Selby doesn't take this on, but boy, is it a big shot. He's looking at the possibility of a plant. Now that would be a lot easier than trying to put the red to the left. Now this plant must be close. It's just going to the right side of the pocket. And if anyone can make a plant, it's Neil or Mark Selby.
Well, we're not right behind it, but I'll tell you what, it's not far away, this. The reds, there's a little bit of a gap, so I don't think you can reverse it. Well, he thinks it will go. Taking it on. Will be on a baulk colour for certain. Yes, he did make it, and he played it confidently, and he's got the gap to the black.
I say he's so good at that type of shot. He was the 8-ball world pool champion, and he does spot those. Oh, it's gone slightly wrong, unless the red next to the pink goes. If it goes, he's
8.
okay. And it does. What a chance, similar to the last frame.
Mark Selby, 8.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, he'd done all the hard work. He'd got himself in the perfect position and just put it on the far jaw of the pocket.
Yeah, well, we know it wasn't the red he played for, and it was a bonus that it went. And I was surprised he got down and played it so quickly. I think he should have given it just a second or two more thought then.
Believe it or not, that's the first ball that Mark Selby has missed into that particular pocket in the match. He's plotted 45 reds in that pocket. Whoever has worked that stat out, well done. Yeah, he wasn't directly behind it. He knew there was enough room, and he just caught both jaws. He'd love to put the cue ball back in the same spot it's in at the moment. And he'd have to do it off the red, the right side of the table, and he'd have to be careful he didn't bring that red back up the table. He's just looking to see if he can find another spot where he could leave it safe, but there's not many spots on the table the way the reds are situated. Is he looking to see if he could see enough of the red to take the pot onto the middle pocket? Boy, that would be a big shot. The only shot I can see is the one the right side of the table with the butt of the cue in the air and try and get it back somewhere near this cushion behind the black. Give it an awful lot of thought time. He's now looking at this red to the middle pocket. He feels he can get past the black. Wow, this is a big shot. Is it there? Is it there? Oh, how close was that? How close was that? So that was much more difficult than the one he missed in the other middle, but he weighed all the options. He thought for over a minute and a half, and well, just look what Neil Robertson's left with.
One.
Someone just got up out of their seat to walk out. Timing wasn't very good there. I mean, Neil did the right thing. He's got up from the table, settle himself, get back down again. Okay, it's tight on the cushion, but you know, you don't want a distraction at this stage.
Six.
4 sessions, these semi-finals. He lost the first session 5-3. The second session, they squared 4-all. He just felt that Neil had to win a session sooner than later to be right back in it. If he wins this frame, he'll have won this session 5-3, and that's what will set up a grandstand finish this evening. There's no doubt about that. You wouldn't like to pick a winner. The prize, a place in the final of the Dafabet World Snooker Championship, centre stage with Ronnie O'Sullivan. 4 sessions, 2 days. If you can't look forward to that, then you should be doing something else for a living. And that's what these two are striving for.
11.
And if he just minds his work now, Neil, that final session will be all square at 12 apiece.
You just reminded me there when you say if
18.
he minds his work. You remind me of the great John Pullman, 10 times a world champion and commentated for the BBC for many years. That was his saying, if he minds his work.
19.
There's pink to go 54 points in front with 59 remaining. So basically after it, just one more red needed. And he's on the red. He is on the red. He'd like an angle so he could pop this red beyond the colour, then his opponent wouldn't be bothering with snookers, and that
26.
seems to be the case.
It's been a fascinating session. We've had some long frames, we've had some
30.
high breaks. Every frame
31.
has produced some sort of excitement, and it couldn't be set up better for this evening, as John said. You won't want to miss the final session of this semi-final, that's for sure.
34. 35.
Yeah, and as we've been saying all along, there's not a lot to choose between the two players, just a mistake here and there. But as I say, Neil Robertson was desperate to win this third session, and now he has done.
40.
Well, the red doesn't go in, but that won't matter. They shake hands. Neil Robertson has done what he needed to, I feel, and that is win that session by 5 frames to 3. They'll go back now. They'll try and rest before this evening's session at 7 o'clock, where they will commence. First to 17, remember, and it's 12 all.